Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs Southampton match reaction. I'm just going to go straight into it. Smash a like, subscribe. If you're an Ole sexual, click off this video because I'm about to go in on that manager. Maloto, we had a discussion about people like Varane, Jadon Sancho, Donny, how they all should have probably played today. But some things never change. Some things never change. And that certain players that Oli picks week in, week out that have let us down in the past, still let us down. And there's nothing new. There's nothing new. Coaching, abysmal. What have we learned? Nothing. Where's the progression in this manager? Nowhere to be seen. If we were serious, I said we should have 15 points from 15. Now we have dropped 2 points in week 2. We played Matic, we played Fred. Sancho was on the bench, Rafael Varane was on the bench. But that was absolutely shocking. How do you excuse this manager and this club? Because I tell you what, forget about a title race. There's a reason I said United are going to win nothing this season. And that performance today shows everything why. Yeah, just
should I go now?
You go.
Yeah, no, that was shit. That was dog shit. And look, I know Ole takes a lot of blame. One, he picks the team. Two, we've never been a dominant team. Like we can't dominate proceedings from get-go under pressure like a City can, like a Liverpool can. So there will be days that it comes back to bite us. So don't get me wrong, I'm not taking anything away from Ole having to take blame here. But some of the players today, the things they were doing, we were so sloppy.
But which players? Which
Sloppy.
players? I just want to like Fred and Matic.
A lot, even the good ones, sure, really good player, very sloppy today. Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, yes, the main culprits as well. Like the Freds of this world, the matches of this world, they were to blame as well. But this whole team today, I do think the fans being back did play a part, especially towards the end. Because usually after we equalize, then we just dominate and win. Like the Southampton fans didn't let us do that. But still, even from the start, we dominated for like 10 minutes, but for some reason we couldn't really control and take care of the ball. So in the same way that we're sloppy at the back, it's kind of as well at the front with Pogba in them. I don't think they were at the peak today. But at the back, some of the mistakes we're making were dismal. Fred was a nightmare today. He was a nightmare today, and it's unacceptable. Honestly, it's unacceptable. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. That was not a team that can win the title. Not at all.
I'm honestly lost for words. I think I was so angry during the game and before we started the show, and I've lost all my motivation. I can't even swear, Ollie. I was gonna smash things. I've lost all my motivation because it's at the point where I just accept it now. Am I surprised that this happened? No, I'm not. It's Ollie. It's United. That's how we are. We shit. That's just the reality of the situation. Some days we look amazing. We're like, this team really is the best team in the world. Other days we look like that. But for me, like I said, it's not about the players anymore. That's in Ollie's hands today. For me, it's all in Ollie's hands. He can change that perfect. He can change that perfect. He can change the way we play. Why on earth are we so fucking shit? It's unbelievable. Any other manager does way better. Ralph Hasenhüttl, his opponent today, has a worse team than us, and he got a point. There's no excuse for Ollie. I'm tired of it. I hate this manager. He deserves to get fired. I'm not having it.
Yeah. Why Dolly not playing today? It makes no sense. If McTominay can't play, why is such a talented player being sat on the bench game in, game out? Why is Fred having the worst game of his life, but he doesn't even look at Donny, So I just don't get it. I really don't. And he brings Lingard on like the last 10 minutes. So, yeah, no, Ole takes blame for this because he didn't really do anything to help himself. And as much as I agree, I don't disagree with him not playing Varane and Sancho. But if you don't play them, you lose. You made the call as a manager, but it didn't work out. You have to take blame for it. So, yeah, just the whole United camp today, I just feel like that was a horrible day at the office.
I mean, there's not much to say. I think Southampton should have won that game. To be honest, Southampton should have won that game. I don't think we deserved to win. I think we're actually very lucky to get a point. We created a few good chances. Some would argue that if certain players were playing, we could have scored. But Southampton deserved to win that game today. David De Gea is the reason we got a point. That is it. That is it.
Like for like 30 minutes of the second half or 20, Southampton was dominating us.
That's what I'm saying. How? How, as a manager, do you allow that to happen? Who on earth? Lukaku's playing today, by the way. Lukaku's playing today. No, nothing about fitness, nothing about training. No, he's playing today. Oh, he's playing today. They threw him in. All the new signings, they are playing. Only Ole in the fucking world will have Jadon Sancho, Donny, and Varane on his bench. Only Ole.
I get you, and he probably maybe should have started them, but I kind of feel like Jay's problems are beyond that. I think if Varane and Sancho start, we still play like we played because so many players were just offered today. Many players
that's
were
the thing, though.
making
I think that's what Ole needs. Though. That's why I want Ole to pick the best players, because technically he doesn't know anything. So we literally need our best players and hope. That's what we do, because that's every week. We hope that Pogba turns up. We hope Bruno turns up. We're gonna hope that Jadon Sancho, Rafael Varane, and Donny will do the same thing. So I just don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I've got no faith. I've got no faith in this club. We will win. Obviously, this is not the end of the world, but there's it. It's already done. It's already done this season.
Besides me blaming the players, I think the bigger question is not why Varane and Sancho are playing. Is that why can't Ole beat Southampton with this team? That's a very good team that played today. A very good team.
Yeah. That team should have still won, regardless.
Yeah. We just don't know how to take hold of games sometimes, and it comes back to bite us. And yeah, one of his favorite players scored the own goal, so he has to take the blame.
Oh my god. Southampton's man of the match today, by the way. Southampton's man of the match today. But yeah, let's get into the player ratings, because honestly, I don't want to waste any more United fans' time. United wasted our time. They don't deserve any more time. They don't deserve any more time. I'm running out of patience. I've ran out of patience this season. Leeds was a one-off. This was supposed to be the first game where you set the standard, and you bottled it, as always. City lost their opening game. We could have taken advantage. This would have been 6 points. But what do United do when there's always exactly? What does United do when there's always an advantage? They bottle it. When it matters the most, this team can't perform. When it's all fair and friendlies, this team is the best team in the world. But come time to shine, everyone goes. Everyone disappears. Everyone is shit. There is no plan, because talent and luck can only take you so far, But let's get into the player ratings. David De Gea, my man of the match, 7 out of 10 is the only reason we're getting a point.
Yeah, no. Like, there was moments where I felt like he could have caught the ball, but then beyond that, that wasn't really a problem today. I feel like if not for him, we lose this game definitely, because one save he made where it was a goal, and just made a classic David De Gea save, good reflexes. So 7, probably the only 7 in this team. Maybe Mason, I don't know, but yeah, 7.
Man of the match as well.
Yeah, man of the match.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I actually thought Aaron played well today, to be honest. I thought when Sancho came on, he looked good. I think going forward, for all the criticism he gave, he was the best. He was far better than Luke Shaw going forward today.
Oh, dude.
Who was better? In terms of our fullbacks, who was better? I meant our fullbacks. Maybe not our best player going forward, but in terms of our fullbacks, he was better than Luke Shaw.
I won't lie to you. Wan-Bissaka was annoying me today. And it's something that's building up in me for some time. Because he gets in good positions. But the man wants to take 50 touches. You get him cross, hit it, and it was annoying me so much today. So I'm starting to really dislike the side of this game. And on top of that, I feel like he was making wayward passes. Not as bad as Fred, but there was a lot of times where he passed the ball out.
I think everyone did that today. I don't know a player who played well.
True.
No one
they all need to take blame for it. So I'm going to give him a 5 today.
Yeah, I'm going to give Aaron a 6, to be honest. But yeah, I think a 5 is probably fair. Lindelof, you should have scored. I'm not having it. That was a fucking chance on a plate. It was a chance on a plate. And in that moment, I was thinking the same thing. If fucking Varane was playing, that's a goal. That's a fucking goal. We know Victor has his weaknesses, and that was it right there. I couldn't give a shit about how well he played last week. So I'm giving him a 4. Defensively, what did he do? Long balls, didn't see it. non-existent. Couldn't care. 4. Done.
We can't look. It's weird. You can't really say if Veronica's playing, because it goes down the whole rabbit hole of would have been such a position. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Would it have transpired in the same way? I'm overthinking it. But at the end of the day, if we're thinking it from just general point of view, if that was Varane, and in that exact same position, then he probably would have scored that goal. But at the same time, as crazy as it sounds, I thought he was the better of the two today. And that's more because I didn't see him make mistakes, And I know it's a weird way to look at it, but I saw Maguire's mistakes today, I saw that Maguire we don't like for you today. Yeah. So it wasn't great, but I'm going to give him a 5.
We didn't see Baz today, by the way. We didn't see Baz. We seen Harry. We seen Harry Maguire. 3. He's lucky. He's lucky we got a point. He needs to go thank David there. Because it was awful. Gave away the ball too many times. Defensively shocking. As you said, the amount of mistakes Maguire had today, unbelievable. He had to do a foul. The one thing he had to do was give that foul. But even then, you don't give a foul and a free kick to Southampton. Because that's the biggest strength, So, shocking from Maguire. No leadership characteristics. Again, where was the drive? Where was the hunger? Where was the old Maguire? Where was Barry? There was no Barry today. That was Harry. So, yeah, 3 out of 10. Lucky boy today. Because he was at fault for that mistake where they had to say. And some would even say he was somewhat a part of the fault for the goal. So,
yeah, so that is not worry. Because you feel like, fans coming back does this to us. We fell apart. I didn't recognize some of the team today, really. And yeah, it was very worrying. There was a lot of mistakes, and I have to agree. I'll say 4, but it was dismal. A lot of mistakes. Passes going nowhere. Trying those passes over the top. Really, he's passing them out or kicking them out rather. So it was just a horrible performance of Maguire today.
Yeah. Luke Shaw, I agree with you. I don't think he played well today at all. I think going forward, toothless. Defensively, he hasn't really been on it. I don't know, but just it don't look right. Something about that Luke Shaw game doesn't look right. But yeah, it wasn't on it today. He wasn't on it going forward. The amount of times we only attack on the left hand side, we expect Luke Shaw to do a lot more. But for me, didn't come to the party. So I'm not gonna say him too much, but if I give Aaron a 6, I'll give Luke Shaw a 5. I do think he was worse off the fullbacks.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, what's this? You kind of see the confidence in terms of going forward, but it wasn't really coming off. He was trying to do those things. He was trying to drive, but it wasn't really coming off. Defensively as well, passing the ball out, too many touches. I don't know what we were doing. Trying to play triangles in a pressure situation, just kick the ball out. We were doing that so many times, and we were getting caught by Southampton. So he was also culprit of that. And yeah, I'm gonna match Wan-Bissaka and say 5.
Yeah. Now, this is where the issue came from me too. This pivot. I like Matic, but the pivot is like the centre backs. It's a partnership. It matters who's next to the person. When Matic played well, who was next to him? It was Donny. It was Donny van de Beek. So playing Matic and Fred is a disaster class, especially after last week. Scott McTominay was actually the better player. It was baffling when I seen that on the pivot. Matic he can put a good performance in. He can. I'm not gonna lie. When I seen Matic, I wasn't too mad. But Fred was abysmal. He gave away the ball. The goal was completely his fault. His first touch is non-existent. You could see they knew. Southampton knew. Pressure. Press Fred. His first touch is horrible. Gives away the ball. Matic also same thing. He's slow. He's not on it. He's not the old Matic. He's the current Matic. He can't distribute the ball quickly enough. He can't move with the ball on his feet. He can't carry it out the back. And together as a partnership in the pivot, shocking. Now that's in Ollie's hands though. This is in Ollie's hands. Ollie has Donny van de Beek on the bench. He's got Donny. He's got a Paul Pogba. And this is where people would say Paul Pogba in midfield is why that's why they prefer Paul Pogba in midfield, because that midfield today was shocking. But that's in Ollie's hands. And what it is about Ollie and Donny, I have no fucking clue in my life. But when he changes it, he even gets it wrong. So for me, that's all on Oli. But Matic and Fred, they both get donuts, man. Did absolutely nothing and caused all our problems today. They were the reason we conceded the goal, was the reason we couldn't do anything going forward as well.
Yeah, no. Like, what I can kind of see what you're talking about because I feel like he can retain the ball and he won't have a horrible first touch and he can keep the ball. But because Southampton were pushing such well pressure, distribution was nowhere to be seen. Can you still see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason my screen just went off, but it's fine.
The camera just rotated, but that, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a disaster. Should I just carry on? Is it fine?
Yeah, carry on, and then when you're done, you can fix it.
Okay. So yeah, I feel like he wasn't really making the distribution, as you say, and because he was put under pressure by Southampton, there was nothing coming from that deep distribution. At least with McTominay on his day, he can drive. He can make a difference in that sense. But yeah, it was a yikes in that sense. And then second half, he was also culprit of losing the ball, like left, right, and center, making mistakes under an insane amount of pressure. So I'm gonna give Manchester 0. Fred, Fred was a disaster today. That's one of the worst Fred performances I've seen in my life. It was so bad. Balls going out left, right, and center. Horrible first touch. Own goal. He just looked out of place. And for that, I'm going to give him -5.
Yeah, there's our first minus of the season. Didn't take long for our first minus and zeros to come up, huh? Didn't take long at all. But anyways, I'm tired. I feel for Donny the most. If someone was like, Donny can either stay at your club and play, or you have Oli. Oli can go. He can pack his bags and he can be in the unemployment because Donny deserves better. Donny deserves better. If it was Pep, Tuchel, Klopp, they're all going to be playing Donny van de Beek ahead of anyone else in our pivot. And for the life of me, I don't understand why Donny doesn't get enough game time. And I don't understand why he doesn't start games. He's behind Jesse Lingard for fuck's sakes today. It's shocking. Oli will rather die than use Donny van de Beek. He will rather die than use Donny van de Beek. And I feel for Donny. Honestly, I hope he leaves Manchester United for the benefit of his career because this is a baller. Donny is a baller, It's same like watching Varane and Sancho on your bench. You're like, what? How are they on the bench? You're never going to see that with another manager. Only Oli, because he's a coward, doesn't trust Donny van de Beek. And the crazy thing is, Donny's the solution. Donny, it's as simple as that. You play Donny in the pivot with Matic, there's it. You got the best pivot you can at United. It's not ideal, but it's the best. He will move the ball. He's tenacious. So I don't know what it is.
I'd even take Donny and McFred. Not McFred. And McTominay.
McTominay, yeah. That could be the most exciting pivot, but
defensively maybe short, but I'd rather have that than what we saw today.
Exactly. Oh, what did they do today defensively? They caused us more problems. The irony is they caused us more defensive problems than protecting us today. And actually, now that I think about it, why do we always say McFred is bad? Yeah, yes, it's also because going forward, but they're actually a nightmare, low key. Defensively. So how on earth Oli thinks they are there to protect the backline is beyond me because they actually do cause a lot more problems than they are supposed to help us.
Dynamic they can be, how they have the legs where Matic doesn't, But then, and Fred sometimes has those games where he looks decent, but then there's these games as well where it's just a nightmare, So, and I feel like he's been at the club long enough for us to say, okay, he can't find consistency. He's a bench player.
Yeah. Shocking. This man. Hat-trick last week. Didn't know he was playing today. Did not know he was playing today. I'll be honest with you. Bruno was quiet. Dead quiet. Didn't get enough on the ball. Was getting fouled a lot. Southampton had a plan. And that was to null and void Bruno Fernandes. And it worked. When you have when you have Matic and Fred behind him, there's no surprise Bruno didn't get the ball. There's no surprise Bruno was quiet. Because the team and the tactics are not suited enough where Bruno can make a difference in this game. So I don't blame Bruno. Bruno saves us more 90% of the time. Bruno is the reason we get 3 points. Today he's not on it. We don't get 3 points. And that's what I'm annoyed at. Unless Bruno and Pogba play well, United don't win. That's it. It's as simple as that. If Bruno and Pogba don't play well, it's over for us. It's over for us. So I'm not going to be too harsh on Bruno, but this is a Bruno 5. It's probably a 6 compared to everyone else, but it's a Bruno 5.
The more we talk about this, the more I'm realizing what a shitty performance this was from Ole Out, really, because it is the individual to individual brilliance again, isn't it? You know, while to the lack thereof, because that's what happens when you have no plan. And when the players can't rely on their individual talent, it's easier for them to cope when at least they have a blueprint. You know, Pep's team has a blueprint. Liverpool and Klopp have a blueprint where they know their patterns of play. You know, so even when they are not extraordinary, you know, they can do the basics right. With us, as you're saying, when Pogba and Bruno aren't getting a hat trick and 4 assists, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing, and that's a worry. So I'll have to agree with your 5. He was involved in the goal, but beside that, nowhere to be seen, really.
Yeah.
And it makes Bruno look bad. It really does. I was into a debate on the kickoff, and I was saying how Bruno disappears in games. And it's not Bruno's fault, it's Ole. It is Ole. Because under Pep Guardiola, this guy is consistent week in, week out, I'm telling you.
Yeah. And Bruno is consistent. Did he create the chance for the goal today? Yes. Did he create other good chances today? Yes. So it's a Bruno vibe. He didn't play badly at all today. The team
True, but
did not help.
I feel like sometimes this coaching makes Bruno look bad when he's probably.
If you're not a United fan, you will say Bruno had a bad game today, because you expect Bruno. If you don't watch United week in, week out like a United fan, you would just think like, you know, where was Bruno? Where was the best player in Manchester United? You know. Yeah. But yeah, it is what it is. The shining light. Yes, the shining light. Mason Greenwood, proper striker, isn't he? He's a proper striker, this kid. When he was playing at centre forward, even after Martial went off, he had a good chance. We had a good chance with the header. Very unfortunate, really. Gets a goal from the right wing out of really nothing again. You know, left foot, right foot doesn't matter to Mason Greenwood. It's 2 goals in 2 games for him now. He's probably, I'm gonna say it now. I know Pogba's in our front 3 at the moment, but in terms of our front 3, I think he's actually our best front player in that front 3, including Sancho, Rashford, Martial, Cavani. At the moment, I want Mason Greenwood playing. You know, he's clearly showing that this season is either going to be my season, or I don't know. You're wasting time. You're wasting time because he's on it. Greenwood is on it, and usually this is not something Greenwood does from the beginning of the season. Usually, the last few seasons, he usually comes into it. You know, at the end of the season, Greenwood starts lighting it up. But he's kept the form. In fact, he looks better than ever. So Mason, my son, I can't complain. I can't be honest with you. You played well. You got your goal. You're the only shining light. I'll also give you a 7. You did your job. You tried. You did your job. I got no problems with what you did today.
Yeah, I think Mason was taking on people. He was trying to find spaces. He was moving around. He was doing what Mason does really, and he scored the goal. I just feel like it's kind of difficult to have a productive game when people around you aren't really doing the most, you know. And just when tactics aren't on it, that the Southampton's press is kind of cutting the spaces for you guys, you know. So I think he had a good game, really. He had a good enough game. I think I'm gonna give him a 6.5 because at the end of the day we didn't win the game. But I think in that attacking line he was the best player.
Yeah. But yeah, shining light from Mason. Let's hope he can keep it up. You know, at least his form is pretty good. But I don't have a problem with our front 3. Like, whoever plays there, they're good. They're all having good games. And I'm going to bring on Martial here today. Because people will blame Martial for today. People will say Martial could be the reason we didn't get a win today. But I just think, what? What did we do for Martial today? Did we create anything for a striker? Not really. Did we get the ball anywhere? No. He had one good chance where he got cleared off the line, which was unlucky for me. You know? Other than that, if you blame Martial for today, I don't want to sleep. But you probably have low IQ. Because there's bigger problems in this team other than Martial, you know? So, for me, I'm not going to blame Tony too much. I don't think it was his great game, obviously. You know, striker should score. But when you have no ball, you don't have the ball coming towards you. You can't even come back, drop back. Because Bruno can't even get the ball. So how on earth is Martial going to get the ball? I don't know. But I'm going to be nice to Martial. I'll give Martial a 6. I'll give him a 6. I'm not gonna slate him. He did nothing wrong today for me.
It's a funny one, because I heard the commentator saying that Martial should be running around more and dropping deep and getting him more involved in the game, and I was like, but that's what he does, and you complain, So it's kind of funny, and yeah, it's the weird one. I don't know. I might just give him a non-applicable. I don't know how to rate the performance today. He didn't do what Tony does normally, where he drops in and he does hold up. He didn't do that. So maybe I can stance him for that. But besides that, it was the classic.
So like usually he will do that, but not even Bruno could do that. Like Bruno was trying to keep trying to get the ball, but he didn't really get it as well.
Yeah,
So.
and he got none of the ball. So, and it might be unfair, but I kind of want to go easy on him. I want him to ease into this and just get the game time under his belt because he's played 2 games. I feel like we can't just bite his
He
head.
hasn't even played 2
needs
games.
that much fitness,
He played like a game in total, probably in minutes now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give him a 5.
Yeah. And Tony said it himself. He said, like, listen, don't expect me to be at my best right at the beginning because I've been out for 5 months. I'm trying to work my way back in. So it is what it is, and I don't know where Cavani is. For such an amazing striker who means so much to this team. Where is Cavani? That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, personal problems.
Yeah, he's always got personal problems.
Oh, this guy.
Anyways, Pogba. I'll tell you one thing, boys. Pogba's going out with the bag this season. If this is his last season, so far he's going out with the bag. He is going out with the bag. Paul Pogba, to me, on the left wing, with the limited things he had, he still did amazing for me. It's just everything that Marcus Rashford doesn't have. Paul Pogba fills in that whole gap. He's creative. He can drive with the ball like Rashford, But when Paul Pogba's on the left wing and he can link up with Bruno, links up with Shaw, can create chances for like Greenwood, for Martial, it looks good. Yet again, I thought he was getting in good positions. He looked very sharp today. Paul Pogba could have had 2 goals today. Very unlucky that he didn't get a goal, in fact. But he did get an assist. So for me, Paul Pogba is on it. He's sharp. I've got no real complaints. I would have liked also Paul Pogba to get the ball again a lot. But when you have a game like Matic and Fred who are getting 0s out of 10, it just says everything about the game, It does say everything about the game. So I'm going to give Paul Pogba a 7 as well. I thought he was also shining like Manchester United. And I heard there's a stat now that Paul Pogba is the only player in Premier League history to get 5 assists in 2 games in the Premier League. So
the man is on 5 assists. What was the assist total last season? Top assist like 15 or something. Man, really has 5.
He had 3. He had 3 last season in the Premier League.
No, I'm saying in general, the one who got the most assists. Wasn't it like?
Oh yeah, it was
14,
it's like 14, 15. It's actually mad. It's actually mad. He's got 5 already. Yeah.
That is madness, honestly. So yeah. To be honest, today I didn't think he was that amazing. I'm sorry. Let me just fix my camera.
That's fine.
It's doing a madness today. I didn't think he was overly amazing today, to be honest. I felt like there's a lot of things that didn't come off, but he got the assist, So if you can play like that and still get the assist, I rate you as a player, And as you say, I felt like he wasn't getting the ball in very good positions. It was just messed up and not pulled up today. Weren't consistent with it, and we were just sloppy all around. So, but I can't completely absolve Pogba of the blame. He has to take some of the blame. And another thing I heard from the commentators, which got me thinking, the difference between, let's say, a natural winger, and I'm all for Pogba left wing. I feel like even regardless of the point I'm about to make, I wanted to play there. But the difference between a natural winger and Paul Pogba is that he will drop in into the midfield a lot. And when, I think we saw a cross, I'm forgetting who the cross is from, that just went across the goal and there was no one there.
Scott McTominay.
Scott, yeah. A lot of players will then push, a lot of wingers, natural wingers will then be in that position, the striker position. Pogba, it's not his natural instinct to go there, So I guess you want to nitpick, that might be a problem. But yeah, he got an assist. I can't slate him too much. I'm going to go for 6.5.
Yeah. I think we've got a really good Paul Pogba in our hands. I think this has been the best we've seen Paul Pogba, This is the best we've seen Paul Pogba at United. So, and I think he's going to keep it up, There's no reason for Paul Pogba not to. It's like, if I leave, I leave. It's in a win-win situation. It's either I'm going to stay at United and we're going to win everything, or we're going to start winning some things, or I'm going to do my part, and when I leave, no one can say I didn't try,
That's why you say I want to leave. There's always something wrong with this club. Ever since
And
I
I was for
explained,
Pogba. Today is the reason I'm like, yeah, this is why
yeah,
I'm not signing the contract. This is exactly why I'm not
dude,
signing the contract.
we can never finish the puzzle. We get the players, but we don't have a DM and we have a crap manager. You know, why can't we go out and just get the best in their position and go win the league? It's honestly annoying.
And that's what frustrates me more. We are realizing, I know a DM is very crucial in a footballing team, you know. It is vital. It's the end of your spine, you know. But one player, you tell one player, you have Donny, you know, you could have changed that pivot today. No one told you to play Matic and Fred. No one ever tells you to play McFred. You know, you have Donny. You have Donny. We even argue that some of the top managers will say, screw the holding midfielder. Pogba, Bruno, Donny. Straight.
Go for it.
Why are you wasting time? We've got Varane now. We don't need someone to hold their hands. You know? And Donny can do it. It annoys me. Donny can do it. He's quick.
He said, when he gave,
He's tenacious. He releases the
I
ball quickly.
stayed in the number 6 a couple of times, so it's not foreign to him, you know.
Yeah.
And I think we should be giving it a try.
You know, like when you look at even
Because-
De Jong at Barca. What's the difference, really?
Yeah, really.
Donny
really
can do
actually.
that. Literally, Donny
So-
can do that.
I think we saw today what's going to stop us from winning the title. These little things that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer struggles to get over.
I tell you who is going to stop us from challenging a title. You know, winning an FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, whatever you want. Whatever trophy there is, freaking can be the preseason trophy. There is one man stopping this team from doing that. And this guy. This man right here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This guy. Oh, he's special. Oh, he's special. He's the only man in the world who I know in my life who will have Rafael Varane, Jadon Sancho, and Donny van de Beek on the bench for the start of a new season. He's the only manager that I know they're going to keep their star signings from starting. Like I said, Lukaku's playing, Ben White played, regardless. Whenever someone got the new star signings, the star signings walk into the team and they start playing. Lukaku hasn't even had a full week of training with Chelsea, but he's playing today in the derby. He's playing today in the derby, you know. He didn't have a preseason. He didn't have nothing, but he's playing today. But my word, Oli, you are not gonna learn. I know it's only 2 games in. People say you might be reactionary. You're not giving him a chance, but it's been 3 seasons now. You know. You brought on.
Here's the work we've done.
Exactly. You left on Lindelof, and you kept the biggest winner at this football club, Rafael Varane, on the bench. you know what I mean? You have Donny van de Beek, but you brought on Jesse Lingard, and you start Fred and Matic. No, fam. You got Jadon Sancho, one of the best wingers. Our star signing this window is on the bench. No, Oli. No, my boy. When are you going to learn? When are you going to have a plan? When are we going to start seeing some fluid football? You know? When are we going to see what is the plan going forward? Other than long ball and hope Pogba and Bruno do something. You know? I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I said if he didn't start Varane, he was already on a -5 for me. He didn't start Varane. He didn't start Jadon Sancho. He didn't bring on Donny van de Beek. He didn't even win the game. So I'm going to give Oli a -5. I think he could be the worst manager in the Premier League. He could honestly be the worst manager in the world of football. He's the only dumbass who does what he did today. I've got no excuse for him. I don't understand how people who love up Oli's ass can defend him. I've got no clue.
You were seeing Ole as the wheel today. Look, it was
They were
encouraging.
singing, it pisses me off. They were singing Ollie's at the wheel today as well. It pisses me off. Oh my god.
I like how vocal our fans are away, and I want us to continue that, you know. I would like us to make that our thing, you know, we're that away fan base. That's funny, because it was right after Ole had said in the press conference, we have the best away fans in the world, you know, and you could say it didn't matter in that sense, but you know, the song we're chanting, in terms of the results, is annoying. And look, in terms of Sancho and Varane specifically, as I made completely clear, I might have done that, so I'm not going to say them too much for that. But there's mistakes that happened that can't be happening in the 3rd season. 1, we have no plan. In the freaking 3rd season, we have no plan. 2, the pivot. he keeps getting it wrong over and over and over again for 3 seasons. How? How are we getting something wrong for 3 seasons straight?
Literally, I think we all even said there's only like three possible good pivots. It's McFred, it's Matic Donny, or it's you ever gonna have proper balls and you put Donny and Pogba. And we didn't even see one of that. He always fucks it up. He always finds a way to mess up the pivot.
Should be starting versus Maguire's done, to be honest. Not playing every game, of course. You don't want to injure him like Ole does to Maguire or to his players. But he should be starting a lot of the games in this team because he is one of the best, if not the best, we can play in that position, and he never plays. So that's a problem. That is a big problem, and we're not going to go anywhere with this manager. We have now have improved our signings, our signing policy, and maybe he is to blame for that. Not to blame, but we should congratulate him for that. And yeah, big ups on that. But you have to go and use the assets. And Ole has proven time and time again he can't. He can't get up the line. And what he's shown so far is he's not good enough for Manchester United. So I'm gonna give him a 0 today.
Oh man, Donny is getting violated. He's behind Matic, Scott, Fred, Pogba, Lingard. I wouldn't be surprised he was even behind people like Ghana, any of the other weird players. I don't know what it is. For the life of me, I would love an Oli Sexual to tell me why is Donny not playing. You tell me with a straight face that McFred or any other pivot without Donny is better than with Donny. Tell me with a straight face, and I'll tell you that you are calling bullshit. It's frustrating. It's only the second game of the season. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired. Because I seen Liverpool get the business done. 6 points from 6. City slipped up, but that's what we need. If we were gonna challenge for a title, we needed City to slip up.
Like, I was watching Liverpool, and when you slate them for not making signings, I heard people saying it's Ajax for them this season. But you watch that game and you can see what's going on. They look like Liverpool. They're making those crosses. The ball is moving.
I always said, as long as Liverpool's first team stay fit, as long as that first team stays fit, they can win the league. They can win the league. As long
our
as
team is so much better. It is so much better than Liverpool's team. Maybe besides Van Dijk, we can say he's the only one who probably definitely gets into Manchester United right now. But our team is much better, in my opinion. And what does Klopp do with this United team? He definitely doesn't lose to.
He wins the league.
He doesn't draw today. He wins today.
What does Pep do with this team? He wins the league. What does Tuchel do with this team? He'll win the league. That's why I don't understand how people can defend Oli. Listen, he's a club legend. I understand. Some of you have different ways of supporting Manchester United, and that's fine. But when are you guys going to wake up to the reality of the situation and know that Oli is not good enough? He is not. Even if we do somehow, let's just say we won the league, hypothetically. Let's just say we won every other game. I'll put my hands up. I'm like, okay, fine, fair play. But what happened in that Southampton game? We're like, what? How can we excuse what happened in this game? Southampton. We said this team could get relegated this season. It's not excusable, today's performance. Some players have a part to play. But like I said, for me, that was in Ollie's hands today. Ollie could have changed it. He could have changed it. There's a Don on the bench. There was Jadon Sancho on the bench. When we started that game, did we say that, if that team doesn't get it done, then we're in trouble? No. We had players where, now we're questioning, if they started, could we have got the win? Maybe. And the only reason I say that is because I don't believe in Oli tactically. So that's what I'm saying. He has to start all the best players in order for us to have the best chance of getting a result. Because when they don't, it's over. It's over for United. It's over. There's no plan B. If Bruno and Pogba don't turn up, it's over. If our players don't turn up, it's over. There's no other plan, so that's all I'll have to say. I hate Oli. This is why we're Oli out. I think there's no faith in the manager. I have full faith in these players, though. I do have faith in the players, Maybe not like Fred and McTominay, but come on, guys. Come on. What more do you want? In the squad? I'm gonna leave it there. Molo, do you have anything else to say? Because the next game is Wolves, and now we're in that situation where it's like Yeah, let's throw Varane and Sancho in the deep end now. You know, we can just come back off a result where we didn't get 3 points. Let's throw Sancho and Varane in the deep end and let's hope.
Like, on paper with such good fixtures, and you can imagine. Obviously, it's a little far-fetched, but you can imagine we'll win all these games and do that. Second game, we're already trapping points. What's stopping Wolves from beating us?
Wolves,
Yeah.
Wolves played well today against Spurs. They played really well today. So
Spurs at 6 points. Spurs have 6 points.
And they played City and Wolves.
Yeah.
Nice. Good to know. That's great stuff, guys. It's great stuff. So yeah. But hey, like I said, in our top 4 prediction, I don't think we won't make Champions League. If we don't make Champions League, I guess the only positive would be Oli probably get the sack. But yeah, like you said, that top 4 can be anything at the moment. It's only game 2. Anything can happen. It's a long season, but it's typical United. Literally, if you're not a United fan, don't worry about us. No, we're not gonna do anything. Don't stress about us, okay? If you're playing United, don't stress about us, because we're gonna choke. We might beat you, when it comes time like that, we might beat you. But when it matters, all of a sudden, 3 points to win the league, or you guarantee we are losing that game, So, yeah. Anyways, I think that's all we have time for. Clay is not here with us. The personal issues, as we say, he's like a Cavani. Just personal issues. He'll be back soon. So wish him well. But yeah, Maloto. Hey, United's back, isn't it? Though, it's good to have United back. Yeah. Anyways, if you did it,
These fluctuating emotions.
yeah.
We wouldn't be United, would it?
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, smash a like, do subscribe, comment down below your thoughts. Let's see, we're all in this together. Whether you Oli in, Oli out, we're all in this together. We just want the best for Manchester United. And whether you think that's Big Fred or even Oli, whatever, it is what it is. If they bring 3 points home, I'm happy. But they didn't. So we'll all check you in the next one. I need a break from this club. Yeah, there's an international break coming up. I can't wait, okay? I need a break already. I'm tired. I'm tired. But anyways, we'll check you all very soon.